That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
Hello. Did you hear the end? I didn't hear the intro music.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Someone, yeah, I've heard. I can hear you perfectly. Somebody's hacked into our system. It seems like. I don't know.
Oh, something ain't right.
Camera's all pixelated. I couldn't hear the intro music, but whatever. We're here, and we're live.
We are.
We are here for Fishing Friday live. Before everyone starts jumping on here and joining us, let's shout out all those sponsors. Are they rolling across the bottom tonight? No, they're not. There they are. There they are. In order. Not in order. OneCast Fishing.
They're in A order.
They're in A order, probably in alphabetical, knowing Pete. To the T. But anyways, head on over to OneCastFishing.com. Use the code OneCast, all one word at checkout. Get your hands on all the things that Ben has to offer over there, to include this little 3.5-inch stinger. I'll talk about that a little bit later. While you're online, head on over to see our partners at CarolinaWatersNC.com. Use that code OneCast, all one word, at checkout to get all that UPF gear. And then use that link provided. It takes you straight to the Hobie website. You're going to get your hands on those floating frames that we always love to talk about. Saved our boats many times. You're going to save about 15% on your order using that link. There's no code. Just use the link. Get your hands on those Sightmaster Plus lenses. Going to come in clutch when those fish get on bed. Finally, second to finally, download that Deep Dive app from your Play or App Store before your next fishing trip and pay that annual subscription fee, which is super cheap. A lot less than you pay for 10 packs of soft plastics. I can promise you that, unless you order them from OneCast Fishing. You're going to be able to break down bodies of water, get yourself on fish a lot faster and more effectively. And then finally, you're going to want to move. You're definitely going to want to move to Central North Carolina, because we are catching big ones right now on all of our lakes. In order to do that, you're going to hit up Bass Fisherman himself. We call him Uncle Terry. Terry Carpenter with Howard Perry Walson and Caldwell Banker. He's a licensed real estate agent here in Central North Carolina. Good friend of the show, good friend of ours. Got Pete and Chelsea in their dream home. You can reach him at carpentert@hpw.com. Thank you for tuning in. And that's a wrap.
Man, sign it, seal it, deliver it.
Yeah, remarks complete. What's up, bro?
Man, what's happening?
Dude, I told you earlier. So I just came off the water, because I'm a bum and I don't have a job anymore. So I just spend my days out there on the water and stuff. But I can definitely tell today's the first day of spring. And I can tell that it's the official first day of spring, because the first thing I did this morning after brushing my teeth, so it would be the second thing, is I popped a Zyrtec, because the pollen is starting to come down. It's starting to cover everything, cover the vehicles. You're starting to see that light film of pollen across, over the water.
Yep.
But we know what that means. We know what that means, don't we?
They ain't moving up.
They ain't
moving up. They are actually. But yeah, I mean, it's getting close. It's getting to be a real good time of year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right now you can just run around throwing moving baits, catching fish, shallow, deep. They're starting to position to do their thing. So super fun time of the year. Looking forward to spending more and more time on the water. If we can stand cold weather, hopefully that cold snap we had at the beginning of the week is the last one.
Yeah.
Because that was dumb.
Yeah, it did some things. What was crazy about that cold snap, and if you're in Central North Carolina where we're at, Ron Falls and Jordan, Sharon Harris, Kerr Lake, all those other places, or Carr, it affected each fishery differently, though. What's up, Tim? It affected each fishery differently. And, some of these places, you had low water conditions but cold front. Some of these places you had high water conditions, cold front. Some of these places maintained they're not flood control reservoirs. Some of these places are clear water reservoirs. Some of these places, and so when a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a cold front, the fish are going to shut down," man, that is not the case. And it's all relative to where you're at. Our buddies down there at the Harris Chain of Lakes right now are dealing with what should be, in theory, Florida's last cold snap. They usually get one right before Easter. They're dealing with that. Florida fish definitely don't like the cold, but as we can see, people still are able to catch them. And that's no different here in the central North Carolina area, man. We go out and some days it just absolutely stinks, and some days you absolutely catch some of the biggest bass of the season during this time of year in a cold front. It's crazy,
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't quite cold enough to really impact water temperatures a whole lot. Those fish were starting to get in position and get ready to do their thing. So the one thing is, I think other than Monday, it wasn't super cold like through the day. It still warmed up into the mid 60s. Today was mid 70s. I think we're supposed to hit 80 tomorrow, almost 90 on Sunday. So water temps didn't get real hammered. Those fish, I mean, we found fish that had moved up like really hard stage pre-spawn. They're not going to move back out. Right. They may slide out slightly, or they may do something a little bit different, but they're up there doing their thing. And as temperatures warm in the day, they should, in theory, continue to get back up on top of that stuff. And if it's a grass fishery, they're in the grass, so you can whack them, which we're gonna go try to do tomorrow. That's on a lake neither one of us has ever fished, but has a bunch of grass in it. So looking forward to that. See if we can go tear my boat up and run around to something. Everybody talks about how dangerous it is, but we'll see. Everybody's scared of the river too. Man. So
I think people make mountains out of molehills. Mapping is one of the most prominent pieces of technology, I think, that is pretty underrated and not talked about enough. But, mapping right now, it's probably for me, it's a number one tool, man. You got to have it. You don't have to have it, but I mean, if you're running big water and you're running tournaments and stuff like that, you'd be silly not to have, the best Lake Master mapping card, the best CMAP card, the best whatever, because it really does help you out a lot. I mean, in fact, for Pete and hey, Mom from Michigan, thanks for tuning in. I know you're chilling like a villain, legitimately chilling because it's cold up there. It sucks to suck. But for our last tournament we fished, I mean, during practice, mapping was everything. It wasn't forward-facing sonar, it wasn't down scan, it wasn't side scan. It was mapping. Where the most high percentage area is going to be during that time of year in the phase that the fish allegedly should be in, and they were absolutely there. And the mapping didn't lie. Was fortunate enough to put a good bag together the day of the tournament, enough to cut a check and stuff like that on a lake that you and I have very little experience on. Probably one of the lakes we fished the least in the Piedmont region. And it was a good day. It was a great day. We didn't win by any means, but it was a great day. Oh, snap. We're joined by OneCast fishing savant himself, Ben.
What is going on?
The OG OC Huffman. What's up, dude?
Not much. We just I dropped my boat off not very long ago. We went and grabbed dinner real fast and rushed around so I can get back here and join you guys for Fishing Friday Live.
Heck yeah, dude. As you're joining us, Pete's dropping off.
I know.
No, I'm here.
I tell you what, it was it took longer to me to get my trolling motor off. I had forgot some of the steps involved. So like I did, all the bolts underneath, had to take other things apart to get the trolling motor off and all that. But it's all on my trailer now. So it's good to go.
There you go, dude. Heck yeah. Well, Pete and I were just kind of recapping about the cold fronts and stuff that we dealt with and talking about how they're kind of relative to wherever you live. But no matter what, it seemed like, and Pete made a good point. We didn't deal with like an excessive cold front that came through like last minute. It kind of, dropped, but we had some sunny days and stuff like that. But it seemed like, and if you've been in the Piedmont region, it seemed like a lot of these lakes were very different. We had low water, cold conditions. We had high water, cold conditions. We had stable water, cold conditions and stuff like that. So, I think it was a blessing in disguise, honestly, Pete, for our first Fishers and Men tournament this year that it was on that lake, though. Because I think if it would have been anywhere, I'm not going to say anywhere else, but if it would have been, that lake that's to the south of that lake, it probably would have been a struggle. But at least for me, because I don't understand that lake that well. So, but yeah, definitely a good first tournament for us. During conditions that I've never fished before on that body of water. So I was pretty pumped about that.
Sweet.
What else are we going to talk about?
What MPFL is going on?
MPFL.
And I will say, with the exception of good old Zach Burge, hey, what's going on down there?
Well,
you got guys catching 28, 25-pound bags day one, catching 10 and 12 the next day. Or guys catching 10 and 12 day one, then 20 pounds the next day. Like what's
massive cold front is what's going on. And I had this fish really tough to get to bite.
What are you talking about? What cold front?
It was like 32 yesterday morning in Florida when they took off.
I mean, I'll boil it down to 2 words: Florida fishing.
I mean, you're 100% right with the Harris chain, but like, I mean, their weather's different than it is up here, but like, we haven't got a cold front over the last 2 days.
It's not just a cold that the guys were battling. If you and I didn't get to catch any of the footage, so I'm not relevant.
Well, yeah, in day one they don't have it. I didn't catch any today.
But a lot of the angler post tournament or the anglers doing it on their own social medias, they were dealing with really, really bad winds. Like the winds were really, really bad. The winds on day 2, got to talk to Josh Watkins a little bit, and I'm not going to say anything on this show about anything that he was doing, but I do know during the second day of practice, I mean, they were like 30+ mile an hour gusts of wind.
True. Yeah.
So that definitely chummed some water up. The other thing about Florida fisheries too, and I think this is common to a lot of our fisheries, especially certain lakes here in the Piedmont region, but Florida fisheries tend to really be affected by pressure. Certain fisheries within certain chains do, and I'm not going to name the names, but
the Harris chain which they're on, it gets tons of pressure.
It does.
It's probably more pressure than Toho chain, Yosemite chain, and Okeechobee, I would imagine.
I don't know about that. I just know that, a lot of those, majority of those fish are post spawn and stuff like that. Not, and it's Florida fishing. I don't really know what they're doing. I mean, I have an idea of what some guys are doing, but again, I'm not going to say it out here. But, if you go down there you can go down a stretch in Florida, and you guys know this. You can go down a stretch in Florida one day and you're catching. It's kind of like the Roanoke River, Pete, like the Albemarle Sound system and stuff like that. Like you can go down a stretch one day and catch 25 pounds. You go down that same stretch the next day or 2 days later and you catch nothing but 12 inches. And that's I think that's kind of what they're dealing with. I have no idea.
I mean, we'll get 100% true. Like, sometimes down there in Florida, it seems like you're catching dinks, and then you run into a big one, and then it's all dinks and a big one. It's kind of how
it is. But a bunch of anglers put videos out, and the cold front seemed to be the biggest thing. They were catching them pretty good the first day of practice. That cold weather set in, like lows in the upper 30s, low 40s.
Which I get, but day one, there were some monster bags.
Well, you look at monster bags, but it was like decent bag and a 9-pounder. Like,
I mean,
8-pounder,
20-pound bags yesterday.
Yeah, those dudes literally had junk and then ran into like a seven.
One of those big Florida bass. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah.
And Zach's been the most consistent. Obviously, 22 yesterday, 21. But
I'm looking at it now. I will say, like,
he's gonna struggle with somebody.
Where's all the elite guys at?
Nobody's gonna get on his spot tomorrow.
Where are they at?
As far as like other NPFL guys. But if a local moves in on the stuff that Zach's fishing, he's done because you can't, the canal where he's found his fish, you can't fit 2 boats in side by side. It's a one boat deal. So if somebody's watching the coverage and they know where that's at and they go in there tomorrow before he can get there, they're gonna screw him out of $100,000. Like I agree 1,000%, but you know how people are, dude. Like,
do you know which lake he's fishing off of?
No, I haven't seen enough to know. I just know that.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see which canal he's found him in. But I tell you what, looking like the top 15, 20, like It's not a bunch of elite dudes this time.
It's true. It's not. It's definitely not.
You got Zach one, BPT, but Jordan Osborne, Nick Brown, Todd Otten, Chad Grisby, Dakota, Derek, what is it, Latonin?
Lettinen,
and then Brandon Cobb 7th, and then Glasgow, Hanselman, and then Tharp is 10. So like, they're not dominating this event.
No, not yet. They're not. Not yet. They're not.
They are. Day left.
Tomorrow can change everything though. And like you say that, but you got Burge, MLF, Todd Otten had a long career in the Elite Series. Chad Grigsby was a hammer all the way up through the FLW tour. Derek Lettinen was a hammer in the FLW. Brandon Cobb's a current elite angler. So it's still Randall Tharp. I mean, it's still the cream is rising. I don't know who Jordan Osborne is.
So Jordan roomed at least last year. Jordan rooms with Zach Burge, Cole Harris, the rest of the.
I think he was. I think he had a pretty decent career in FLW, didn't he? He used to fish back in the day.
Yeah, he did. He did. Okay. He did. But nevertheless, I mean, like, you can go down and look at our buddy Dylan Freeze, man. He's sitting in I think 24th or 28th right now. Yeah. Like, he had a good day and
good 18 pounds a day.
Yeah, super pumped for him, man. Like it's a good deal. So, but Florida, I mean, look, man, like there is no shot that a guy like me beats Bobby Bakewell on the Kissimmee chain. And I just accidentally did it. Right. Like he is absolute a dominator. Fred Rumbanis. When you look at Florida, like Florida is like, I think that's why you hear a lot of the, national level touring pros talk about Florida so much, because it's like they either love it or they absolutely despise it, right? Like it's like the great equalizer for them. And that's why so many of those guys love to go down there for their first tournament of the year, because they either know it's going to be a bomb tournament or it's going to be it's going to be a mediocre tournament, and then they can figure out what their points need to look like for the rest of the year. Luckily for the MPFL guys, there's no points involved. I know this is the first tournament for the MPFL season, but that Florida's just one of those places, man. Like it's just, oh gosh, I've been down there a few times now, and it's whooped my butt, dude.
It can be brutal, and like. That's how I went to Harris Chan. I had to go on Facebook and be like, hey, fellas. Like, I literally was like, hey, guys, like, I'm down here. I just got out of the Army. I'm catching dinks. Like, what am I doing wrong? And someone like DM'd me and put me in a good spot. And it didn't catch any giants, but caught a lot of fish.
Yeah.
That was Lake Griffin that time, a spot area on Lake Griffin.
Right.
That a 14-pounder was caught off of that.
The Lake Griffin is, Lake Griffin's a unique place because, Griffin for a while was cut off this year because they were doing some work on it or something with the lock system. So Lake Griffin is accessible now. When the pro circuit was there, Griffin was off limits. Wow. Now that the MPFL is there, you can go in there, and that's where the swamp and stuff is at. When you hear people talk about the swamp,
swamps,
right? The springs and the swamps. That's where Griffin is at now.
So I've been up in those springs because I was up there. On the north side, you got the river up there, the mouth of the river.
Yep.
And when was this? 6 years ago, 5 years ago? There's a bunch of eelgrass up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just chuck a trap or something and
go,
ripping it through eelgrass. But like the springs weren't far, so I ventured in the springs and. You can only trolling motor. You can't have your big motor down. And it's so big. And it was mostly like post spawn. So some fried garters, but super clear. And like, I went there looking for bed and fish, but like they were all finicky and spooky. And a lot of the beds had been empty, but like you can go a lot. I mean, it's super clear. Like you get out there and then depending on how the wind is blowing, a lot of times it blows out clean water out into the lake up there.
Oh, really?
And so if it's coming from a east wind or like a northeast wind, it will some of that clear water will get blown out up there. And, you can actually have better success because you find that little cleaner water and that eelgrass in the main lake and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the springs up there, bunch of canals, got that river.
It'll be interesting to see if Zach can hold down consistency like Pete's talking about. And I didn't
think
get to see, but
Zach's got it.
well, I mean,
well, I say that, but like,
yeah,
Jordan Osborne had 28.1 and 10 pounds.
Zach's got the fish there to absolutely finish this thing. He left a lot of fish. He quit throwing what they were biting to try to upgrade on something different, so he didn't show them
bed fishing or
what
fishing?
they wanted. No, he's not bed fishing. The problem is if somebody knows where it's at and they decide to go in there tomorrow because they know it's loaded with fish, Zach's going to have trouble finding 20 pounds somewhere else. Right. And you're not like you are literally not going to be able to fish 2 boats in there. It's not possible. It's a little canal in the middle of nowhere somewhere that he found fish on. And it is freaking stacked with good ones. And he caught 20 today and left like he said he was going to. And there's another 20 in there. And it all depends on somebody not taking it tomorrow before they blast off and he can get there. So if you're listening to this from Florida, stay out.
Stay out.
Yeah, don't be a jerk.
Zach's been the most consistent. If you look at everyone else, they've had a great day and a bad day. Jordan, Nick, Todd. Now, Chad Grisby, consistent. Derek, consistent. 16, 17 pounds both days. Even 8th, Kyle Glasnow, 15, 16. Like, those guys are on something that's consistent. So,
yeah.
If let's just say Chad goes out there and gets 17 again. What's he? He's 12. Well, but he's 11 back. So,
yeah, if Zach can get in there and he catches another 20, like it's pretty much over. Unless one of those guys that's lurking down there drops a 30-pound, 35-pound mega bag, which it's Florida. It absolutely can happen. Yeah. These dudes catching 17 a day.
15.
Like Chad Grisby go out tomorrow and drop 37 because he finds 2 8-pound. Like it's Florida, so anything's possible.
It's true.
If he can go out and drop another 20, he's got a pretty good shot.
The one thing I'll say about, I want to answer this question here in a second because Tim posted it. He asked Pete in that picture, what did that bass weigh in your right hand weigh? But what did that bass in your right hand weigh?
Which picture?
Probably the beginning photo when we were in our intro photo. But as you can think of it, Pete, the one thing I'll say, and this goes for a lot of the touring level anglers, like some of these guys are so good that they're not going to catch their biggest fish on first day and second day. Mm-hmm. Right. I'm not going to say that that's always the case because, strategies involved, especially with the way that the MPFL is formatted. There's no cut lines and stuff like that. So, as Zach is leaving fish and not, or not getting other fish to bite, he kind of knows he's in a safe place and stuff like that. Maybe some of the other, I'm not going to say they are, but maybe some of the other guys are waiting to shoot their shot the very last day to see like what day 1 and day 2 weights look like, because they know if they can go drop like a 29-pound plus sack tomorrow that they have a really good shot at taking home the victory. That said, and guys used to do this without forward-facing sonar, so it absolutely can be done. Without forward-facing sonar, especially as a lot of us have been conditioned for it, it's a little bit more challenging. I think it's more challenging, right? But I'm a guy that uses the technology here at home, and then I use it part-time on the road and stuff like that. But if you think for 1 minute that these guys don't have like an ace up their sleeve somewhere, like especially the ones that have 20 plus years of experience, a guy like Andy Morgan, a guy like Chad Grigsby, a guy like Zach Burge, all those ones that are up there, like they probably do. So you'll see but everything can change tomorrow, man. Everybody could go out there and catch 6-8 pounds and not ever catch a big one. Or you could run across 5 that weigh 5+ pounds. You got 25-pound sack plus, So Tim said, what was that bag that Rick Clun had?
Like 38 pounds.
38 pounds.
Was I think that was day 3 on the St. John's. I think that was his. I don't think that was 19. I think it might have been 17 or 16.
Yeah.
I think it was like 38 pounds on day 3. And I think he was using that trickster spinnerbait.
Yep. Spinnerbait.
And it was
just absolutely mashed
on there. And those things like sold out like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thrown one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I'm pulling for all of our buddies over there at the MPFL, but Zach just came off of a BPT win. He hasn't had an MPFL victory yet. He's probably one of the most dangerous guys in the national touring world to fish against. The dude just has fish brains. He just understands fish behavior. He's just so good. But yeah, I just looked at Nick's comment. But Zach absolutely has a shot at this thing, and I know all of us are pulling for him too. So,
yep, he's in the driver's seat. Said if he gets
for sure,
he's gonna be hard to beat if he can get into his little area he got and fish it like he did today without somebody trying to come in there and mess it up. So,
yep, 100%.
Looking forward to seeing tomorrow night what happens, because I will not be watching any of the live coverage because I'm going fishing. So
that's right, going fishing. Also, are you guys done with MPFL?
Yeah, I got something though. What do you got?
I was gonna talk about the pro circuit very quickly and then move on.
Okay.
You want me to talk about it?
What pro circuit?
The MLF pro circuit going on right now at Wheeler in Alabama.
People still watch MLF? All right, good.
Dude, the pro circuit's pretty good. You gotta give the pro circuit some credit. Plus, Zach fishes a BPT.
I'm just busting chops.
Right,
go ahead.
All right. So I just want to call out MLF Major League Fishing Pro Circuits on Wheeler. Tomorrow is the last day of the Derby. The cut line is at 29 pounds, 10 ounces. I just want to point out Dylan Nutt and Carter Nutt are in that cut line.
Carter Nutt's in 8th.
Yes, sir. And Dylan
Nutt's in 25th.
Will Harkins is in there. The Nutt brothers are in there. Drew Gill's in there. Bobby Bakewell's in there. Jesse Millsaps, who used to fish the MPFL, is in there. So
Carter's 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Carter's 8th. Dylan's in 25th.
They're dropping consistent high teener bags.
Dude won the Bassmaster Classic and then started fishing again this week.
Well, he said he did Zona's podcast on Sunday. So when did he win the Classic? Sunday?
Yeah.
So he did it Monday morning and left. He did it basically driving too, so he could pre-fish for this tournament.
Yep.
He was like, yeah, I'm going to practice right now for the next one. So
there's a group of them, gentlemen. There's a group of them, and they have fish brains.
Yeah, listen to our episode that dropped yesterday and really
check it out. Check it out,
how
y'all.
these kids are doing it. And you better learn how to fish if you want to keep cashing checks.
There's a wave of youth
coming for everybody's gas money. And if you start talking smack, I'm going back and posts that you've posted for the last 20 years. And if I one time see where you posted we need to get more kids involved, I'm calling your ass out. Because that's what everybody said. We need youth. We got to get the kids or it's going to die.
Well, here they are.
They here, boys.
They here.
What's going on, Tyler?
They're here.
Tyler's out there doing a controlled burn.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyler, be careful, man. I actually like seeing that when I'm out on the lake when they're doing controlled burns. They were doing one yesterday at a lake here in central North Carolina.
Doing it around here because I smelled it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't be like the time I went out on my lake. And
Trey used to give me so much crap for being secretive about what lakes I'm fishing. Now he's like, yeah, it was a lake in central North Carolina.
Well, here's the problem. Here's
the place we fished our last tournament. All quiet.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Look, it's gotten bad. It's gotten really, really. And by the way, I haven't won a tournament since 2021. So everybody can pipe down. Okay.
Time out.
Yeah.
We used to give Trey so much. Trey used to give people crap.
Me.
I did.
Blacking out photos, blurring the background and stuff. He sent a picture to us this morning of him catching some big ones to the group chat, and he blurred it out.
I have the unblurred photo, so I know exactly.
You guys know where I was at. Here's the thing. When it's gotten really, really bad. And for those of you guys who are watching and listening and stuff, like it's getting to the point where, look, a buddy of ours, a friend of the show, Hal, called last night, and he actually talked about the podcast. It was really cool, man. He had somebody at one of the local tournaments they were fishing come up and say, man, I saw you on the OneCast podcast. Just want to let you know it was a great show and stuff like that. I was like, dude, that's super awesome. Thanks for the feedback. Definitely probably going to do something for this guy. Like, I don't know, maybe give him a Bubba scale that was so graciously donated by Nick Kincaid, who we'll talk about that in a minute, Nick. But dude, Hal was followed around by the same guy yesterday with same boat, same everything. It's just gotten to the point where it's like, dude, like,
well, you only gave half the stories. How you said Hal was followed around by the same guy, but you meant to complete that by saying the same guy followed you and Hal both yesterday at some
correct,
point.
Right?
Yeah.
The same guy followed me, and Hal at this, at different times of the day. And guys, like, look, there's nothing illegal about the bent rod pattern. There's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing about reconning your area, especially down in Florida. But there's also like kind of like an unwritten etiquette. It's like, hey, look, like if you see, and I get it, man. Like look, we're all guilty of like paying attention to other boats and stuff like that. But when it's like blatantly intentional and you see them doing it, it's just like, okay, come on, dude. Like it's a big lake. Go find your own stuff.
Did he follow you guys when you guys moved?
Yeah, I mean, for him,
that's the deal. You're driving down the lake, you see like 5 boats on the spot. Everyone takes a mental note.
Yeah.
Why are there 5 boats in that spot?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you go there 3, 4, 5,
right.
6 hours later, whatever it is, everyone's gone or stuff. But like you're there fishing, you see people up and move and you follow them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I just want to put this out. Just because there's a vinyl wrap on a boat does not mean that person knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, it does.
It has no bearing.
I would tell you what, once mine gets wrapped, because I'm so out of practice the last couple of years. I hope people follow me around because I want to be trying to figure it out.
You say that, but it's like it's just ignorant, dude.
Yeah.
I had 2 boats follow me around another lake when I was practicing a couple weeks ago. Literally would follow me. I would sit down and they would roll up like 10 feet from me, drop a waypoint, and then they would go sit off and wait till I would move and go somewhere else. And they beat us.
And they beat us by a little less than 2 pounds.
Yeah.
So
and I know they ran stuff. I mean, it was stuff we didn't run, but I also know that where they were fishing. I know they ran stuff that they saw me check.
It happens, man. It's the nature of the beast. It's public water. We get it.
Be sneaky about it if you're going to do it, and don't follow the dang boat all over the lake.
I now know why Wheeler at Chickamauga, when he was fishing, I think it was the FLW. Correct me if I'm wrong, gents. Or maybe it was an MLF event. I can't remember. That he literally pulled the wrap off his boat before he fished before he even practiced, right? Like, or who was it that put like tape all over their boat? I don't know.
Matt Robertson electrical taped his whole boat.
That was something different, though.
Yeah,
that was for a
Wheeler legitimately.
He had people following him on Kentucky Lake, so he covered his boat in electrical tape. I don't remember Wheeler doing that. I mean, that had to have been like a BFL or something smaller.
No, it was a big derb. It was on Chick.
Well,
you can go back and check it out.
That would be a violation of the rules.
Well, it was before. It was before. I think it was an FLW event or something like that. But go check it out on YouTube. Yeah, he pulled the wrap off his boat.
Do you have to have a wrap as a pro? Is it like in the rules?
It's in the rules.
It's in the rules.
Yeah, in the rules of BPT.
Not in the opens or
like Corbishley, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's not running a wrap boat, right?
Because but it's not required in the opens.
It's not required.
His title sponsors Phoenix. Like, why do you need to wrap the Phoenix boat if your title sponsors Phoenix?
But if he makes it to the elites, he'll have to have his boat wrapped.
Yeah, you do.
You have to have it wrapped. You have to have your name on it. There's a bunch of I think in the opens you have to have your name too. But I know there's a bunch of rules where the name has to be, how big it has to be, all of that. So it's I know BPT is the same, but yeah, it was probably an FLW event, I'd imagine. It's a real thing. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I had boats follow me on certain lakes before just because they knew my boat, but now it's like every lake we go to because our boats are wrapped. People are rolling up on us.
Yeah, don't follow me, guys. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, nope, me either.
Oh man,
It got so bad that day on Falls, I just went out in the middle of the lake and pinged a minnow at crappie for like 4 hours until they finally sauntered off where they couldn't see me anymore. And then I went and checked some others up. I literally just rolled up there and stood up there and pinged a minnow.
I'm gonna start. You know what? I want to start putting like trout lines in my boat again. And so like, oh, you guys want to play that? Okay, I'm just gonna start running trout lines.
Listen, if you're following Pete around and he's pinging a minnow, you better leave.
Yeah. Because I promise you, I ain't on nothing with that stupid thing. I'm just doing it because I know you're following me.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk. So, hey, look, Zach, hope you win it, bro. Josh, hope you jump up. Watkins, he's a good buddy of mine. Dylan, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Josh Hooks, you better go catch 40 pounds tomorrow, bro, or you're going to give me free lodging at Lake Norman. Hope all of our buddies do well at the MPFL. Major League Fishing Pro Circuit, the only person I know over there is John Dial. He's not he didn't make the cut line, but John, you know, I just want to say something. Nobody's met John here, including myself. I've talked to him. He's a good, really good buddy of my travel partner on the Opens this year, Mike Johns. His mother just passed away, so if you got a moment, say a prayer for his mother. She literally passed away, and he left for the pro circuit. He's going to go back and lay her to rest and stuff like that. It's a tough one, man. You know, as we're always on the road and stuff traveling.
You may want to rephrase that. So it's John Dial's mom that passed away.
John Dial, yeah. John Dial's mom.
You kind of mixed words. I thought you were saying Mike John's mom passed away.
He's a good friend of Mike Johns.
That's why I made that face.
My bad.
I was about to text Mike Johns.
I know.
My bad. John Dial, you know, we're sorry for your loss, brother, and we're definitely keeping you and your family in our prayers. But he fishes the pro circuit. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
The Nut Brothers, hey man, keep nutting on them, dude. Do what you do best. You know what I mean? So get after it. Nick Kincaid.
Hold on, before we talk about
Go
Nick,
ahead.
I just want to shout out Nolan Clark.
Yeah, buddy.
Local high school
TBF.
kid won TBF national championship today on the co-angler side because he couldn't run as a boater because of his age. But so national champion in the TBF
awesome.
and I think it's like the Win Your Dream or whatever. So I don't know what that prize package entails, but that kid's a stick, man. He can catch them. He can catch them. You're in trouble. If that kid decides to keep on it, look out. Because
dude, I'm telling you,
in the dirt,
compete
against with that stupid minnow pinger. He can do it all, but he's not just a minnow pinger. He won.
No, he's not.
He beat some local kids that are really good with that box last year, throwing a buzz bait, and then he's beat them looking at him too. So that the kid is a straight stick. That his dad is too. So congrats, Nolan Clark, man. Heck of a job down there. It's super awesome. Go down there and win the national championship. So
yeah.
All right. Nick Kincaid. Can't catch fish.
Can't catch a break. Catch a break. So check it. If you guys haven't got onto the OneCast fishing website, you need to go get this stinger. I was talking about it. Right. I can't zoom in any further. If I do, it'll be
I got you.
absolutely pixelated. Pixelated? Is pixelated a word?
Yeah, it's a word.
All right. Well, cool. Pixelated. So I let this juice out at the Classic.
Talking about the Alewife, right?
Right. The 3.5 Alewife. Right. So Ben's holding it up. Here's what I want you guys to know. I made this video at the Classic with Pete Dubs. Nick, it was a rough day. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. But it started off really awesome. And this is why we talk about building a culture of anglers helping anglers one cast at a time, right? Nick has forward-facing sonar, my old forward-facing sonar unit on his boat, and wanted to go out there, help him out, get him dialed in, get everything squared away for him and stuff like that. I'll talk about it here in a minute. But one of the things that I started off with was the whole day was a scope day. There was no going shallow. I mean, I went shallow, but the whole day was intended on going out there and literally scoping the fish. Took a 3.5-inch Alewife OneCast fishing stinger, and then took a 3/16-ounce SS minnow head. The one thing about the minnow head that I want to talk about is, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a little rattle in it. When those fish are in dirty water, stained water, it's harder to ping them. You can kind of listen to Fisher Anaya talk about it when he's talking about throwing minnows and stuff like that. I can't remember whose podcast he was on recently, but he was talking about it. And, he really likes slack water, clearer water conditions. This SS minnow head paired with this stinger, which is a boot tail or a paddle tail swim bait, can be a very deadly combination. I talked about it at the Classic. If you can't get them to eat the swim bait tail, the boot tail, and they want it more jig head minnow style, you can literally cut the boot right off this tail. And I'll you don't need to see it on camera, but literally at the very last piece, you just snip it right off. Right. And then, it looks like a little minnow. Right. And then what I do is I'll take it and I'll cut a horizontal strip about, I don't know, like 1/8 of an inch up. And then sometimes I'll cut it again and I'll make it like a quad deal if I can get it straight on here, which is not easy to do right now because I've had a few drinks. But I'll make it like I'll make it a quad deal, right? To where when you route this on that SS minnow head and you thread it all the way up there, it gives it a really cool like rolling action as you're kind of daubing it using forward facing sonar. What was that? I just heard a cat fight or something.
A cat fight, yeah.
Yeah. So this thing, and I'll go up to the camera here in a minute and show everybody, but it was awesome, dude. The first fish this morning. Yeah, Tom Reddington. You're right, Tyler. Tom Reddington had a really cool podcast with Fisher and I, and he was talking about throwing jig head minnows. But I guess the point of the story is, outside of catching a crap ton of fish on this thing, and this is no different than any other jig head that you see, except for the fact that you can modify this stinger and put it on a rattling jig head. This thing absolutely catches fish. Started off the day with a 5-pounder. You can ask Nick. Nick's on here right now. He watched it. He's got the whole thing on video.
I need that video, Nick.
Nick's gonna get it. Nick's gonna get us this video. Of course, I didn't start running my camera until after I started catching fish. Super stupid of me. But it's a really cool combination. I just want to help a lot of people out. You don't have to necessarily buy a bunch of like minnows themselves. You can go to OneCast Fishing. They got the 5-inch. That's another deadly one. Because a lot of these fish are seeing this same size minnow. If you upgrade to your swim bait or your minnow to a 5-inch, a 7-inch, stuff like that, you're going to catch a lot of fish doing that. And I'm telling you today, I caught a ton of fish on a minnow. So I just wanted to let that juice out there. Nick had engine problems today. And thankfully we were on a 2,800 acre pond and I was able to tow him back to the ramp. And I'm super sorry about that, bro. And I hope you get it fixed soon. The blessing in disguise is we were out there together and I was able to tow him back and he wasn't in a tournament situation. So all things considered, it didn't throw a rod. It didn't go through the back of your head and you got home safely, man. So appreciate you coming out there. Hopefully what we did today, hopefully what we talked about today helped you out and you can take that forward. And that is what building a culture of anglers, helping anglers one cast at a time is all about. So I'm going to come hold this up to the camera while you guys talk.
Or just have an awkward silence.
I like that.
Come on, Trey. Hold that jig head minnow up. Looks tasty. Shake it. Oh, he can't hear it. Oh, he can hear us. You can't. We can't hear the shake because you're not next to the mic. But oh no, we can hear. We can hear the rattle.
Let me hear something. I don't think that was the rattle. It was something. Sounded like a dog shaking its head. He rigged it upside down too. Oh, it was him making a noise. He was going.
He's twerking in the OneCast.
Yeah, it was him making noise
over there. Twerking.
That's what we was hearing.
Doing the bass.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't, but yeah. that really helped out in that stained water, mildly stained water. Anyways, that's what I want to talk about. You're welcome. Still had a fun day for sure, Nick.
What else is going on?
Oh man,
I'm tired.
I know.
Not a
Me
whole
too.
lot.
I'm super tired.
I did go out down to my dock today, and I was like, "Huh, it's been warm. Let me go down there and look." There's about 3 buck cruisers all around.
Are there? They're getting ready to get on bed, huh?
I mean, it looks like there have been some beds trying to be made. So I don't know if they tried to make some before that cold front came through or what, but yeah, they're starting to move up. Unfortunately, I think my boat's not gonna be ready for the spawn, but oh well, they'll be ready for that offshore bite this summer.
Speaking of boat being ready, our good buddy Mike Johns, and I feel terrible for him.
You still not get his back yet?
He drove all the way down today, and went to the boat Brat Place, wherever it was, like almost 3 hours away from where he's staying in Florida, and they only had the vinyl for a 20-foot boat, and they ordered the wrong vinyl kit yet again. And so it really sucks. I hate that for him, man. He was super pumped. He wanted to get down there and get his boat. He's got a high school visit tomorrow. And then we get ready to pack up and leave for you.
They better be discounting the crap out of it.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
mean, at this point, I understand maybe one mistake, but it's crazy, dude.
100%, dude. 100%. So, yeah, hopefully he gets his rig back and stuff like that. He's got a really cool wrap. If you guys haven't checked out FX3 Inc., nonprofit organization, Mike Johns, a veteran, and you know he's doing good work and trying to combat veteran suicide. And he understands how much fishing can help with that. We all understand that ourselves. So yeah, man, I feel bad for him. Hey, if you guys are in the Greenwood, South Carolina area next weekend, March 28th, and you're not doing anything and you have a boat, head on over to warriorfishing.org and sign up as a boater to take a veteran fishing in a multi-species free fun tournament. Fishbones Tackle is going to be hosting us. Tim and Nikki, they're great people. We're looking forward to seeing everybody. If you're in the central North Carolina area and you're around April 19th, we are going to have our Spring Warrior Clash on Jordan Lake. That's going to be a slam fest of bed fishing and stuff like that. That also is a free tournament. If you're a boater and you want to take a veteran fishing, sign up for that. And then also Special Operations Bass Anglers in May is having an event on Jordan Lake as well. I won't be able to make it to that one. Pete, Ben, are you guys going to the SOBA tournament on Jordan Lake?
So ultimately depends on, I'm going to try to, because I don't, at this point, I'm having my doubts whether or not I'll be at the Take a Warrior fishing one because of the boat. Yeah. But unless someone wants to take me as a warrior, but that's only if someone doesn't show up or something.
Well, sign up, dude.
No. It'd be like, I don't want to, I'm not taking anyone else's spot. But
jump out there on Ken's pontoon boat and go dive a nighthawk around for some bed fish.
I mean, last year, Nick and I went because my guy didn't show up and his guy had an actual legit emergency.
Yeah.
But my guy just, missed movement. But anyways, but so I'm going to definitely try to be out. When's the May one?
I can't remember.
It's not Memorial Day weekend, I don't think. So I should be.
I'm not sure.
I'd like to go out there and it'd be fun to go do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one more event that I want to talk about real quick. I'm super pumped about this. Ben, OneCast Fishing, is sponsoring a event for the National Professional Fishing League's 2026 Military Classic in September on Douglas Lake.
Did you ever notice that, like, the more drinks Trey has when we go live, he gets like super radio host the way he talks?
Yes, I do.
All right,
I've only had 2 drinks. I'm super tired right now.
Maybe that's what it is.
Well, I've only had 2 of these, and they're like, I don't know, 4% alcohol. But yeah, 2026 Military Classic on Douglas Lake, east of Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to go out there and fish that. That's going to be a super fun time. unless I stupidly qualify for the EQs. So I guess I just don't need to qualify for the EQs. We'll go fish that on Douglas Lake.
If you qualify for the EQs, I'm sure I can find somebody to. I'm sure Paul and Brad would let someone sub in for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
man.
I ain't too worried about it.
Still,
I don't know. Did you get the emails for it? I put
yes, I did. Yeah. Yeah. I got my profile or whatever. I had to claim my profile. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that one. Man, we got a lot of tournaments coming up this year. I mean, Pete and I got a tournament. April is slammed. Dude.
Every weekend in April.
April is absolutely slammed.
Yep.
I like that idea. We'll have to do something, especially because I'll be stranded here for a bit.
You should totally sign up for Take a Warrior Fishing, even as a warrior. What Tyler say? He said, I'll be able to get out in a couple weeks if Ben wants to take the reins of my boat. He's more than welcome. I could use some lessons for bass. Hey, Ben, there you go. There's an invitation right there, dude.
Do it.
And then Nick said, just win the next tournament to make the classic and you're all set. Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. Totally going to win the next tournament. No doubt about it.
You got some special spots down there.
I do have one special spot.
Go win the class. Go win and be in the classic.
Yeah, I know.
We'll all be there.
All right, fine. I'll stop jacking around. I'm just gonna go down there and figure it out.
Especially it's gonna be on Hartwell. I mean, you can go preach this thing for
the problem is if I can't ping a minnow, I can't catch them. Right, Pete?
No, you can't. Yeah. If he's not on a minnow bite, like he's screwed. So
I'm done.
Like
DUN.
praying for you in the minnow bite, so that you can have some success in the derby.
When I was taking everything out of my boat today, I had baits in there I didn't even know I had. I mean, I'm talking some like obscure stuff that was like
really
that I had taken off and probably just like thrown down in there. They were in the bottom, like stuck to stuff. It's just like, oh my Lord.
Did you have any Z-Man stuff in there?
I do have Z-Man stuff, but they're all in the bait bags. I didn't open it. I took all of them out, let them dry out a little bit, and then just toss them in the trailer. So I'll go through them.
Pete and I love us some Z-Man, but if you let that stuff sit in the sun,
I found the Z2s will too, because I found one melted into my carpet between my feet today.
I actually stopped keeping I would keep my supplies and stuff I would use routinely, like the baby goats and different things.
Yeah.
But I quit buying a bunch of them. I learned my lesson several years ago not to buy like bulk, because you don't go through them fast enough because they stay pretty sturdy on there. And then your TRDs and stuff, you go get them out and they're all crooked and stuff. It's like, whoa, what is this? You can still catch fish on them, trust me. But it's just like, well, I guess you don't need to buy 100 packs at a time.
I know, but it's so nice when you do. It makes you feel good about yourself, and then you never use them.
I always buy 100 packs of everything at a time.
I know you do. But I will give you this though, Pete. Like there are certain things that you will use and you'll burn through them.
Oh, and
there's certain things that see their way right onto the wall and they never come off, like all of us.
And there's also things on the wall that I just restock before I go through my stock, so it's never ending. I did it. I just did it. Yeah.
Chelsea's like, "What are you buying now?"
You got a whole pack of them. Wow.
There'll be a bunch of boxes showing up in the next 4 days. So.
I know. I pulled that bag of stingers out in front of Nick today. I was like, and I thought I forgot them too. I was like, the only reason I was going to that lake today was specifically for the stinger, because I talked about that at the classic, and I was like, tell me I didn't forget these freaking stingers today, dude. I finally found them at under 25 pounds of other tackle and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I feel you, dude. I feel you. Seth Ellis, you're selling a lot of tackle. If you guys don't know about Whatnot, get on Whatnot. And we're going to have to talk to those guys about sponsoring the show too. But man, there's a lot of cool stuff being let go on what is that another app? Let go. Anyways,
I think so.
check out all the fish and tackle that's being promoted on Whatnot. He's running a bunch of shows. He's got a bunch of cool stuff. He came and got a bunch of stuff from me. I think he's going to hit up Pete too. But that's a pretty cool little website.
Yeah,
that
I
you can
told him I
jump
had
on.
all those shad wraps, and I picked the box up today.
Yeah.
Not as many as I thought, because under those shad wraps are a bunch of old OneCast fishing crap.
Well, if you got a bunch of those, never mind. We'll talk about that later. But
I got the box here. You know, the top of it's a bunch of these shad wraps and Rapala stuff, crankbaits. But
start your
there's
bidding
way
right
more
now,
of these
boys.
old school bags of OneCast fishing stuff in here. That
there you go.
Start your bidding right now, Nick Kincaid. Start your bidding.
Oh, I'm keeping this one.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
What was it?
Man, that's that Mega Bass walking bait. I love those.
Oh,
And
Yes,
sex
sir.
tests. What color is this?
I've never even looked at this. What? They're not even a fishing section of this Whatnot. So what is it under? Like,
I don't know, but I know when he runs shows, it's like a live show, and then you can literally bid on anything.
oh, there it is.
Everything that he got from me the other day is gone. He sold
There's
it all.
dog here, all in here. Oh my god! I got random like stingers and sexy shad that were like a trial. I thought about doing and making.
Oh, dude, that would 1,000% catch him.
I got like 8 of them.
Nick goes, I got an engine to pay for. You better get on Whatnot and start selling all your tackle to pay for that engine, Nick. Oh, by the way, I got to give a shout out to our friend David Fuchs up there in Jersey Land. His screensaver and his TV mounted on his wall has many memories of our SOBA tournaments and stuff like that, pictures scrolling through. So that was really cool. Thanks, David. You're not on here right now, or we would know if you were, because you'd comment.
Where's the there's no baseball on yet.
I don't know. Maybe he's consumed a March Madness. I'm not sure. I have no idea. So who's gonna win the college basketball championship this year?
I don't even know who's in it.
Me either. I have no idea.
I'm gonna go with Old Blue.
I'm gonna go with
Michigan.
High Point won.
Okay. Ben's going with High Point.
So High Point, they beat Wisconsin as an underdog, and the guy, I don't know his name, some white boy. He all he was doing is jacking up threes and making them from like half court, and he scored his first 2-pointer of the season. He just
they
shoots
won?
threes. And they won. Yeah, he was a fast break, like and his like layup, the first 2-pointer all season long in March.
Well, Papa Pete said Arkansas is gonna win.
Papa Pete, I don't know if I have your number, Papa Pete. I probably do, but I was gonna tell Repeat to give me your number, because I gotta send a bunch of stuff to you.
It's probably. I'll send it to you if you don't have it.
I know I've got it somewhere.
You want me to post it in the comments? Everybody,
No, don't post it. I have it. I have it because I sent them.
I'm about to type it right in there.
Yeah,
dude, do it.
I've sent them pictures and stuff before, but I have a terrible habit of not saving numbers.
Yeah.
It's just something I haven't done for years. And so like I'd be going through text messages like, okay, who's this? Scroll back up. Okay, that's who that is.
Oh, so now it makes sense. When I call you, you're like, hello? There's a question mark at the end of it. Like, who the hell is this?
I'm gonna post his phone number and address. He loves glitter bombs.
Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way,
hey, don't be like Afro Man and send him pound cake.
Next thing you know, his truck's gonna be for sale on like Craigslist or something.
Yeah, right.
Oh man. Fishing season's upon us, gentlemen. It's been fun so far. Big fish for the year for me is 8 pounds, 7 ounces. Beat that. We're going to have to beat that with a 10. We need a 10 this year. Between the three of us, one of us has to get a 10-pounder. That's the goal.
I want you to go do it down on Eufaula in the tournament.
Man, you know what? I don't know if there's any 10-pounders swimming around down there, but if there is one, I'm going to find it. I'm going to try to find it. Tim said, Pete, now that you've been in your house for several months, how's that tackle wall coming?
Oh, she good. Yeah.
Tim, why don't you take a trip to Pete's house? In fact, I'm going to post his address in the comment section.
Oh, I got that thing memorized.
Yeah,
might need to have a WhatsApp sale.
Bro,
whatever it is.
Yeah, you have the most bizarre address too ever. It's not three. It's not 3 numbers. It's 2. I'm like, what's going on here?
No, it's a street name. In every single street in that neighborhood. When Liz and I were driving up there for your birthday party,
Gangster, dude.
And she was like, "I could not live here. I could not live here. I cannot stand these street names. They're all military names. It's like."
I love it.
Any of them, but they're all like weapon systems or like vehicles.
Yeah,
the whole neighborhood is. Yep.
I like it. Neighborhood.
I like it because every name makes me think of how the enemy felt. It was like, oh shit, America's back.
Oh, America's back. All right,
I'm done.
It's been an hour. We got to get up early. We go chase fish. Appreciate everybody jumping on. We'll be back not next Friday. It's gonna be a couple weeks. We've got a lot going on, but we got our episodes going on Apple. Usually on Thursday. Sometimes I get busy and I forget to do it, so they don't come until Friday. But you can head over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, wherever you like to listen to your podcast from. Look up the OneCast, check those out. Make sure you leave us a review if you have not, because it helps us continue to grow and get in front of new listeners. Make sure if you can, you come fish with us at special operations back anglers tournaments. With Take a Warrior Fishing, sign up to be a boater or warrior if you're able to. And that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Appreciate everybody being here tonight, joining us live, asking your questions, and helping us continue to grow a culture of anglers helping anglers, one cast at a time.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.